welcome and thank you for attending today's workshop. If there's anything I want you to take away from this presentation is that branding isn't about perfection. It's about clarity and trust. So I'm Jamila Adams, founder of Jamila Adams at Your Service, marketing and website consultant, and I want you to know that marketing made easy can help you stand out authentically. So let's get started. What branding really is. Branding in its simplest form is about perception. It's about what people say about you when you're not in the room. It's not just about colors and logos, it's about how people remember you. But more to that is like how people can trust you. Okay? So, what branding really is, it's not just about colors and logos, it's about how people remember you and it's how people trust you. So, as we get deeper into this, just remember what branding really is, and we'll go from there. So, the real purpose of branding is to attract the right people. Okay, it's basically filters out the wrong from the right. So, for instance, if you're an esthetician aiming to attract high end clients, your branding needs to reflect that. Okay, so that means your language should resonate with your target audience. So, phrases like luxury skincare or spa like treatment is essential for conveying that image. And this is what we want our audience to see. Okay, so the real purpose of branding is to attract the right people, to build trust faster, and to make people choose you. So, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, why most people struggle with branding. And let me put it to you like this, it's normal. I'm going to reassure you that it's normal. Most people were never taught properly how to brand themselves. That's why we're here to learn, and especially learn the basics of it, okay? So, most people struggle with branding because they try to copy others, they have inconsistent messaging, and they're not clear about who they help. So, as you start off in your service provider business, or even if you've been in business for a while and you just need a refresh, you have to be clear about who you help. And if you strayed away from that, it's time to get back to center and talk about it. So remember, we need to ditch the inconsistent messaging and trying to copy others because you are unique for a reason. And this is what we want to portray because you are your brand. So let's keep going. Okay, so your brand starts with clarity. Okay, first and foremost, you have to simplify your message. If your branding is all over the place, your audience will not get the gist of who you are and what you're trying to convey. So you got to break it down to this: who do you help? What do you do to help them? And how does it matter? And why does it matter? Okay, so when you put these things together, as a service provider, it is fortunately, it's your job to interpret your potential clients' internal conversations because they are trying to figure out how can they get the services and help that they need. Unfortunately, they may not know how to convey it, so you have to diagnose their problem and be the problem solver that they have. So remember, your brand has to start with clarity. Who do you help? What do you do to help them? And why does it matter? So that's what we have to convey to our potential clients. So this is something that is so important to me because your voice is your superpower and it connects people. Okay. You connect with people when you are real. Okay. I had to learn this. I had to transition from being, I guess you could say, cookie cutter professional. And I had to start learning how to communicate people like how I communicate with my friends and family because I want them to get to know me and trust me. Talking about clients, okay? So your brand voice should sound like you when you communicate, regardless if you're a little over the top or you're subdued and low key. Whatever you do, be you when you talk, okay? So remind yourself that professional doesn't mean boring, okay? Professional is when we think that we need to sound like all buttoned up, suit and tie, that type of thing. But no, the way I'm conveying my message to you is professional. I'm talking about things that I like and I know about. So my authentic self builds that connection. And I want you to do the same thing. Remember, your brand voice is you because you are your brand and you are unique. So let's keep that in mind. Oh, and don't forget, there's going to be a, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat. I appreciate it. So that way I can follow up with you. So we can keep communication going. And if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so segue into your brand look. Okay, you have to have familiarity. Consistency builds familiarity. Okay, look at the colors, look at the fonts. It's consistent overall. And let me ask you this question because I'm pretty sure you've noticed this. Name three companies. I always choose fast food because sometimes that's all that goes through my mind is food. Anyway, think of three fast food restaurant chains. And what do you notice about them? They're consistent with what? They're consistent with what colors? They're consistent with the things, okay? So my three are McDonald's, obviously, Wendy's, and if you're from Southern California, In-N-Out Burger. Okay, throughout their times, what? When you see McDonald's, you always see the golden arches. Okay, when you see Wendy's, you see the little girl with the red hair. And if you notice anything about In-N-Out, what do you always see? The palm trees. So they're consistent. The colors, the schemes of everything is consistent, and we're familiar with them. So that's what you have to keep in mind with your brand look as well. Be consistent across the board. So the next thing is consistency builds trust. Okay, trust is built on repetition. Repetition. Let's say that again. Trust is built on repetition. So people trust what feels familiar. Consistency makes you recognizable. So those three examples are true. You recognize them, you know what they are about, and you continue to patronize the business. And that's what we want for you. We want you to have consistency. Okay, so keep that in mind. Consistency builds trust. Okay, so what you don't need. I'm going to tell you this. I give you permission to start where you are right now. Okay, your time is now. You already have what it takes to get started, and this is what we're going to do for your brand. Okay, these are things you don't need: a perfect logo, an expensive design, and perfection before starting. Just know that as a recovering perfectionist, I overthought a lot of things, and I don't want you to overthink this. If you have a good product, you know who you're trying to reach, and how your problem solving skills can help them get to where they need to be, then do it. Doesn't matter where you are. Start now. Because these are things you don't need to get started. Okay? So here is your action plan. Okay? I'm encouraging you to take this action plan to heart because this is will help you jumpstart what you already know. You just need a little push. Okay? So I have a worksheet for you, and I want you to fill it out because one, it'll help you clarify your message. Two, it'll help you choose your voice. And three, it'll allow you to stay consistent on all your platforms. So that is my gift to you, my challenge to you is the action sheet. If you have any questions about it, please reach out and we can go over it together. If you want to dive a little deeper, you can set up a strategy call with me and we'll go over that. And then we'll see what happens. Maybe you want me to help you with your business and help you design your website. So we'll go from there. But that is your action plan. Okay. And once again, I'm giving you permission to start where you are right now. Okay. Your time is now and you already have what it takes. So your reminder is your brand is not about impressing everyone. It's to reach the right people and filter out the ones we don't want. Okay. The other thing too is it's about connecting with the right people. So I want you to remember that your brand isn't about impressing everyone, but connecting with the right people. So that's what we want, and that's who we want to do business with. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to let me present to you Marketing Made Easy. And if you found this information helpful, let's keep the momentum going. And I want you to check out the You Already Have What It Takes webinar. Okay, that goes in depth about what we're talking about, but it'll also segue into you choosing to work with me. because this is what I'm here for, to help you bone up on your marketing and branding, and also to help you later on put together your website. That is the goal. So if you want to do that, go ahead and leave your contact information and or DM me, whatever works. Okay. I just want you to know that I want to be there to help you into your next chapter, because this is where your service-based business starts. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, DM me, do all the things, smoke signals, whatever it is, send a pigeon. I don't care. Either way, let me know how I can help you, and we can get started working together. So in the meantime, thank you so much for participating in this month's activities. And I look forward to seeing you next month. And if you have any questions, like I said, you can always DM me or send me a message, whatever, and we'll go ahead and get started. And if you want to book a strategy call about your business and getting you set up with your branding and marketing, we can do that too. Anyway, have a great one, and I will check you out next month and see you on the socials. Take care.